Hello, so this video is about taking yourself out on a date. Whether you're single or married, you need the occasional night to yourself. Some of you may be thinking, a night to myself, what is that? We often have nights when we're home, zoning out, watching TV, eating and feeling bored. We don't need more of those nights. This is the kind of night I'm referring to. Some of you may say, a night to myself isn't going to be fun. If I go out alone, people will think I'm weird or will assume I'm unlovable and lonely. Believe me, one of the best ways to nurture ourselves is to plan a little date night alone. Here are a few reasons to consider taking yourself out on a date, even if it means ditching your man or your friends for a night. So, this is just some of the things to consider. So, freedom. When you take a date night for yourself, the first benefit is the freedom to do whatever you want. You don't have to make concessions for anyone. It feels good to simply let a day or night now, and again, be all about you and your taste. Time. The greatest benefit about dates with yourself is that you can take your sweet time. There's no agenda, no one rushing you to be somewhere. Independence. Feeling self-satisfied on your own is important to your self-worth and independence, comfort, and satisfaction comes from going out in public and having time to oneself. Interest. People who can't make a decision on a date or who always speak in we terms can annoy the other person because there's no sense of self. When you spend a certain amount of time alone, it helps you develop your own opinions, preferences, and memories. Solitude. Get over your fear of being alone. The more you practice entertaining, nurturing, and dating yourself, you learn more about what you want in a partner. Splurge. If you're going to have this date with yourself, you may as well indulge in some pampering. You can shop and have a manicure and pedicure, massage, or facial. Other people enjoy your company, right? So why wouldn't you? As Buddha once said, you can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself. And that person is not to be found anywhere. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Taking yourself on a date is one way for you to love yourself. So, this has a list of 12 solo date ideas. If you decided to give self-dates a try, here are 12 ideas for solo dates. 1. Coffee and a book. There's nothing better than walking at a leisurely pace around a bookstore, leafing through books that catch your eye, and then sitting down in a comfortable leather chair to read a few pages of those books that look promising. If the bookstore has a cafe attached, that's even better. Once you've selected the book you want, you can make your purchase and head over to the cafe. 2. Take a cooking class. So this one I actually enjoy. Recently I came across a site called Masterclass. It's an online platform that offers courses on various topics, but with a twist. The classes are taught by the best in the world. So some of the examples are take a photography class with Annie Leibovitz. Steve Martin, he can teach you a comedy course. You can improve your writing with Margaret Atwood. You can also take local classes. So I had a local cooking class here in Bangor through the department. 3, go on an active date. I've written before but movement is good for I've talked before about how movement is good for your mental, emotional, and physical health. A great idea for a date with someone else to play a sport together, such as golf or tennis. But you can also do this for yourself, so go out for a bike ride, hike. Hiking is probably one of my favorites. 4, be a tourist in your own town. So act like a tourist, go to the tourist sites and stuff in your own town. And act like you've just never been there before. It's a great date. 5, go to a museum. Hanging out in an art museum for a couple hours is an emotionally satisfying experience. So, there's also this one I've never done. It's called street combing. Street combing is a creative technique that Dutch innovation consultant Richard Stomp came up with. It involves choosing an interesting street in your city and walking down that street with a camera, taking photos of anything that catches your interest. So you can go on like an artist date is what they call it here. So go to an art supply store and see what catches your fancy. Get yourself a recorder and learn to play a simple song. Go to a flea market and see what treasures you find. 8, go on a getting to know you date. Just as one of the main purposes of going on a date with someone else is to get to know yourself better. So they had a list of some questions you could ask yourself and journal. 9, go on a bucket list solo date. So here's what you'll be doing on a solo date. Take your bucket list. If you don't have a bucket list, make one. Pick an item from your bucket list and just go do it. So 10, have a HYGGE solo date. Hygge basically means to live cozily. A hygge solo date would consist of making something like the following. Make some comfort food for yourself. Choose a film you really want to watch. Light some candles. You could also have a game night. I love board games and puzzles of all types games. So you can get for a solo date night, you can do like a jigsaw puzzle. You get a book of Sudokus. Get a book of chess puzzles. And then finally 12, have a my favorite things solo date. So like if your favorite food is eat tacos at Taco Bell, then you go eat tacos at Taco Bell. But that's it. So thank you for watching.